Alien medic studied human sleep cycles and asked why we were still alive. Dr. Zelthari was certain the data was wrong. She recalibrated the scanner, ran the diagnostics again, cross-checked against 3 independent medical databases. The results didn't change. The human recovery ward aboard Meridian Station was quiet. Lights dimmed to a healing spectrum. Gravity softened for joint relief. Atmospheric composition tuned for optimal oxygen absorption. Perfect conditions. And yet, the sleep metrics were horrifying. Zelthari focused on one patient first. A human engineer. Designation, Harris, Jonah. Injuries minor. Recovery ahead of schedule. Sleep per cycle, 4.6 hours. REM stability, irregular. Micro-awakenings, frequent. Cognitive fatigue markers, elevated but compensated. Her frill tightened instinctively. That profile wasn't recovering, it was surviving. She expanded the dataset. Civilian humans, military personnel, medical staff, students, parents. The numbers clustered tightly. None of them slept enough. Not by galactic standards, not even close. At those rest levels, Zelthari's own species would experience neural degradation within days, organ failure within weeks, societal collapse shortly after. Yet humans operated starships, conducted diplomacy, built megastructures, fought wars, raised offspring, all while tired. Constantly tired? She approached Harris, who sat upright on his bed, balancing a datapad on one knee while sipping a dark liquid from a battered mug. "Patient Harris," she said gently, "may I ask a medical question?" He glanced up, eyes bloodshot but alert. "Sure, Doc. If this is about the coffee, I promise I'm cutting back. Eventually." She ignored the joke. "According to your records, your species experiences chronic sleep deprivation across most populations." "Yeah," he said easily. "Why are you still alive?" Harris paused. Not offended, not alarmed, just thoughtful. "Huh," he said. "Never heard it put like that." She tilted her head. "I am being sincere." "I know," he replied. "I guess we're used to it." Zelthari stared. "Used to systemic exhaustion?" "Jobs don't stop," Harris said. "Kids don't stop. Emergencies don't schedule themselves. You sleep when you can." "That is not sustainable," she said. He smiled faintly. Nobody said it was. She pulled up a comparative chart mid-air. "At your rest levels, my species would suffer memory collapse." "Yeah," Harris said. "We forget stuff too." "Emotional instability?" "Oh, absolutely. Hallucinations, reduced judgment, shortened lifespan." Harris took another sip of coffee. "All true. And yet you continue." He shrugged. "What's the alternative?" That answer unsettled her far more than denial would have. Later that cycle, Zelthari convened an emergency symposium with the Coalition Medical Council. Her presentation avoided emotion. Just data. Humans were not stronger, not faster, not more resilient biologically. Their muscles tore like anyone else's. Their bones fractured. Their neurons misfired under stress. But they adapted around damage. They compensated with routines, with stimulants, with delegation, with humor, with community. They normalized discomfort. Humans function while impaired, Zelthari concluded. They do not wait to be optimal. An elder physician raised a limb. "This is pathological." "Yes," she agreed, "and widespread." Another asked, "Why has evolution allowed this?" Zelthari hesitated. She thought of Earth's history, of planetary instability, of environmental volatility, of social complexity stacked atop biological limits. "Because," she said slowly, "their environment never paused for recovery." The report circulated rapidly. Human sleep cycles indicate chronic fatigue incompatible with long-term survival by coalition standards. Recommendation: mandatory rest protocols when interacting with humans. The recommendation failed. Humans ignored it. They nodded politely, promised to work on it, then returned to their duties. Some tried, briefly. Then crises happened. Ships malfunctioned, colonies flooded, negotiations stalled. Someone always stayed awake to fix it. Zelthari observed something else too. When humans finally slept, they slept hard. In chairs, against bulkheads, during transit, between alarms, short bursts, deep drops. Their brains grabbed whatever rest they could and made it count. One cycle later, Harris was cleared for discharge. Zelthari watched him pack, movements efficient despite the faint tremor in his hands. "You should rest," she said. "I will," he replied sincerely, "soon." She knew what that meant. Not today. As he turned to leave, she asked one final question. "Does it not frighten you, living like this?" He paused. "Sometimes," he admitted, "but someone has to keep things running, and we trust each other to tap in when someone else can't." He smiled tiredly. "We're not strong because we don't break," he said. "We're strong because we expect to and plan for it." After he left, Zelthari added an addendum to her report. Do not mistake human calm for wellness. Do not assume silence means rest. Final note. If humans ever achieve adequate sleep on a civilizational scale, their already disproportionate adaptability may increase dramatically. She dimmed the lights in the ward. Because the most unsettling conclusion wasn't that humans survived without rest. It was the thought of what they might become, fully rested,